This episode of the Football Crazy podcast is brought to you by Saks, the thing some managers will be getting soon.
Is football crazy? Is football mad? That football has taken away the little bit of sense he had. And it would take a dozen servants to wash his clothes and scrub, since Paul became a member of that terrible football club.
Hello folks, it's Tuesday, November 9th. It's 12:30 a.m., and I am as always your host Jeffrey Gibson. And we have a great show today. I am going to be previewing the EFL Trophy game between Sunderland and Bradford, and Larry the Premier League expert will be here for another Premier League roundup. But first, I am once again going to start this podcast with another rant about Lee Johnson and Sunderland. To be honest with you, I really don't know where to begin, because I have said time and time again that unless Lee Johnson goes, the only direction we are going is down. And to be honest with you, if we don't get our fucking act together and start winning fast, we could end up playing in League 2 next season. And no, I am not kidding. We have now lost 4 games, and what is really disturbing is the fact that in those 4 games we have only been able to score once, and on Saturday we hit a new fucking low by losing to Mansfield Town in the first round of the FA Cup. Now I don't mean any disrespect towards the Mansfield fans listening to this, but with the squad we have at Sunderland, we should be beating teams in League 2. Now our next league game is November 20th against Ipswich Town. Now if we lost against Bradford City in the EFL Trophy, Kyril and the rest of the Sunderland board may take the opportunity of the 11-day gap to sack Johnson and bring in a new manager. And I strongly believe 11 days is long enough to find a new manager. Now let's hand you over to Larry the Premier League expert for another Premier League roundup. Over to you, Larry.
Thank you, Jeff, and here is this week's Premier League roundup. Norwich City have sacked their manager Daniel Farke, after 4 years in charge, and Aston Villa have also sacked their manager Dean Smith after 3 years in charge. Now let's go through the latest round of results. Manchester United, 0, Manchester City, 2. Brentford, 1, Norwich City, 2. Chelsea, 1, Burnley, 1. Crystal Palace, 2, Wolverhampton Wanderers, 0. Brighton and Hove Albion, 1, Newcastle United, 1. Arsenal, 1, Watford, 0. Everton, 0, Tottenham Hotspur, 0. Leeds United, 1, Leicester City, 1. West Ham United, 3, Liverpool, 2. Now let's take a look at the updated Premier League table. Chelsea are top with 26 points. Below them in second are Manchester City on 23 points. In third are West Ham United, who also have 23 points, but are behind Manchester City on goal difference. And in fourth and the final Champions League place are Liverpool, who have 22 points. In fifth are Arsenal, who have 20 points. In sixth are Manchester United, who have 17 points. And in seventh and the final European football place are Brighton and Hove Albion, who also have 17 points, but are behind Manchester United on goal difference. Now, let's take a look at the bottom of the Premier League. Bottom of the league are Norwich City, who have 5 points. Above them are Newcastle United, who also have 5 points, but are above Norwich City on goal difference. And in 18th and the final relegation zone place are Burnley, who have 8 points. That ends another Premier League roundup. I shall see you next time. Back to you, Jeff.
Thank you, Larry. See you next time. Now Sunderland and Bradford City are both in really bad runs of form. And I guess the question the managers of both teams will be asking themselves is which one of them wants to end their poor run the most, and I honestly can't see Lee Johnson motivating his team enough to get the goals they need to get themselves a win they both desperately need. I am honestly torn between a draw and Bradford win for the final result prediction of this game, and I think this game is going to be a pretty close one to call. And I hope Sunderland can nick a goal or two, but at this moment in time I just can't see that happening at all. And so I think if any team will win, it will be Bradford City by a single goal. That's it for this episode of the Football Crazy podcast. I do hope you have enjoyed listening to what I have had to say. Anyway, I will be back on Friday to preview the World Cup qualifier between England and Albania. So until then, thank you so much for listening. Stay safe and enjoy the game.
Is football crazy? Is football mad? That football had just taken away the little bit of sense he had. And it would take a dozen servants to wash his clothes and scrub, since Paul became a member of that terrible football